Good morning. Good morning. I am Tom Vassell. Welcome
Z
to
Garcia. What's happening, everybody? Hi. I just cut you right off, fool.
Godfather of Gaming, Stephen Bonagor. Hey, we had a good mood today.
Father of gaming. That's what I heard.
Godfather.
Welcome to Morning Breakfast. We're so glad you're with us this morning.
Yes.
We've been singing. We've been singing before we started the show. This has been good. Tom can't get no satisfaction, apparently.
Okay.
Bow, bow, bow.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, I'll walk into a room and there's just a song stuck in your head for whatever reason.
Yeah,
Better
man.
than Baby Shark, which was the one for me last night.
Oh.
And that one, I know why that one's there, because I've got this program for my kids to learn to play the piano, like on the iPad. It actually teaches you to play. It plays like background music. It's really cool. But one of the songs is Baby Shark. So
That's cool.
Yeah.
That's cool.
It's cool, but also
An earworm.
I haven't broken the thing yet.
Yeah.
Thank you, everybody, for watching and joining us. We hope to have a good time. We got some interesting news to talk about.
Oh.
I am going to whoop up on Mr. Bonacor in a game show in a little bit.
You will not.
Maybe not.
I have to, like, after last week's embarrassing defeat in the last round.
Yeah, but that was the Z. That's a different league.
Yes, you are much worse than Z. That's right.
Right. So
I'll take it.
I don't even know what that means. All
I
right.
don't either.
All right, folks, we'll be back in just a bit with the news. But first, we have some contributors. Here they are.
This is a series where we take a look at a board game based on an IP, and I tell you if the IP and the mechanisms match. Today we're looking at a board game based on the Brown Bear, Panda Bear book series. Let's take a look at how it plays, and we'll come back and tell you if the IP and the mechanisms match. On your turn, it's very easy. It's just a memory game. So let's say I'm going as this person. Then you would just flip this over. If it's an animal that you need, you would put it down. Giant sea turtle. And then you would flip, and the next person would go around the table, comes back to you. White dog. White dog is not one that I need. So you put it back in the location that it's in. The next person would go. They would say, red wolf. Does this person need a red wolf? No. So it would go back down. And you kind of remember that. So when it comes on your turn, you would go, oh, I remember that red wolf is at. It's right here. I got it. And you have a red wolf. And that's kind of how you do. So when the game is done and you filled all this up, you were the winner. And you would say, Panda Bear, what do you see? I see a green sea turtle. Panda Bear, what do you see? I see a red wolf. And you just kind of read that back. And everybody can do that. So that's how you play. It's a very simple memory game and incorporates from the book into the game. I think the IP works okay. They kind of shoehorned in a memory game, and then you kind of read the book. And the memory game is what it is, but I think where you're reading the book is where it kind of comes alive with the IP, where Panda Bear saw, and then you read the animal. So it's more of a homeschooling educational game if you want to learn about the animals, if you want to be able to read the words that are printed on there. I think that'll really help people read. Otherwise, this is just a memory game, and they shoehorn the IP on. A miss for me, likely it'll be a miss for you.
Hey folks, Anthony here from the Board Game Dads. I'm going through all of the past selections for Favorite Game Friday, all the way up until the current one until I catch up. So let's get right into it here. Last time we left off, we're going with card game here. Favorite card game is Lost Cities of mine. Favorite game for couples, I'm going to go with Codenames. I think it plays well 2-on-2. Next is favorite game with a high player count. This is one that I miss getting to the table because there's not a lot of high player count games going on these days, at least in this house. That's Bang the Dice game. Lots of fun and quick, so you can play it more than once. Going on to favorite narrative game, I'd have to say Betrayal at House on the Hill. I don't actually own that game, but I have played it a few times. I love the story in there. If you do the flavor text and whatnot and get into it, it really is a great narrative. Moving on to favorite game of all time. Now, again, this category probably came out way before Wingspan was released, but I'm a little late on these lists, so guess what? Wingspan is my favorite game of all time. Favorite designer, I'm going to go with Anton Bowser for now. Favorite long game would be Viticulture. On to favorite brand new game, again, new to me, and that was Patchwork Christmas Edition. Then we go on to innovative game. Favorite innovative game, I would have to say, is Chronicles of Crime. That was something definitely new to experience and has a lot of replayability as well with all different scenarios and things like that. Going on to favorite game with 3 players. I love Seven Wonders at 3 players because every player is dealing with the same 2 players on each side of them, and that kind of works out really well. Favorite game, engine building. I know I already mentioned it, but I'm probably going to have to go with Wingspan again. If you're going to get on my case for getting the same game twice, then we'll go with Castles of Burgundy. How about that? And moving on to favorite solo game. Well, I don't do a lot of that. In fact, the only game that I've played solo is Fleet the Dice game. So that's my answer for that. That's all the time I have for today, folks. We'll continue next week. Thanks for watching.
Alex Swire-Clark, emotional intelligence expert here. And today we're going to look at Herbaceous. Which personality styles is this going to be a home run with? Really resonate. Where am I going to plant my flag? Come on, man. That was a good one. This design from Pencil First Games is a gorgeous set collection game. You collect numerous herbs in different sets to score points. Collect various herbs from your private and community garden to fill your containers with potted masterpieces. The card artwork from Beth Sobel is amazing, featuring 7 herbs from rosemary to lavender. For bonus points, get that herb biscuit. There's a great solo variant as well. Can you pot just the right amounts to earn a victory? So which personality styles does Herbaceous appeal to? Well, slam dunk, it's going to be for the high S style. The high S's, they love relaxation and being around others, and they love that peace and harmony and just being with other people. Herbaceous is a game that you can play just very casually, collect a few here, put a few out in the community garden there. Very Zen-like in terms of how it's described by other gaming reviewers. And when I think Zen and plants, I think of Bob Ross and all those happy little trees. Well, I'm out of time. So am I spot on or am I crazy? Put your comments below, and happy breakfast, everybody.
All the news that's fit to watch. Here we go. And the first piece of news, we just found out before we started the show, but it was big enough that that's true. You're using
the little sounds.
Ticker tape, which it's going. Oh, look at that!
All the millennials right now are going like, "What ticker? What?
What is ticker tape?"
Anywho, so apparently Asmodee has bought once again something, and this time they bought Board Game Arena. So this is there's the 3 big ways to play online, not counting iOS and Steam. Would be Board Game Arena, Tabletop Simulator, and Tabletopia. Board Game Arena is the most restrictive of all of them in the sense that you can't just upload a game to it easily. And it has the rules in place. It's not an open world system. Personally, it's my favorite of the 3, even though it's not as pretty as the other ones sometimes. I just like the fact that I can't make rules mistakes, essentially. And also I don't have to turn my head to look at the table.
You're playing the game in a digital implementation on Board Game Arena. And as you said, it is my favorite as well. I think this is great news for gamers, assuming that, of course, Asmodee is going to continue to allow other people's games on there. Well, is there a statement about that? This is what they said.
Yes. So they said, first of all, price will remain unchanged for now. They said, secondly, board games from publishers not owned by Asmodee would continue to be hosted and offered to users for free. So there is a library of premium games. I'm assuming the premium games might only be Asmodee. And they're going to add in extra features. Oh, no, you can pay, I guess, to get video and voice chat. These fees will remain unchanged. Of course, the underlying thing there is for now. Right.
Sure. That's always, right? I mean, Board Game Arena themselves could have changed that.
Sure.
They're also bringing in key brands from Asmodee, which is the big 3, of course, being Catan, Ticket to Ride, and Pandemic.
Right.
Those 3 will be coming in, and some of their games are already on Board Game Arena: Seven Wonders, Carcassonne, Terra Mystica.
Yeah.
So Skull and Splendor are coming in a few weeks, actually. And they said there's going to be a lot of their games. And so, it's very interesting.
I couldn't love this more. I literally couldn't love this more. And
come on, slight hyperbole.
I could not love this news more than I love the way that this is unfolding. The fact that they're going to have this platform, and obviously they're going to improve it, and obviously they're going to add more games to it, and the games play normally. The gameplay, like I'm playing basically on a table without the physics of Tabletop Simulator, which is a physics engine, not a rules enforcement engine. So I just think this is great. I'm so happy about this. I can't wait. I just texted it to my friends. We get together almost every Saturday and use it or use another platform, but this is good.
I'm not too cynical about the other people's games because Asmodee Digital themselves works with games that are not Asmodee based. I mean, they did Gloomhaven. So
Terraforming Mars.
So I think this, I think I'm hoping that this means we'll see a graphics overhaul at some point. And if that's the case, then I think this will be the clear front runner, and Tabletop Simulator and Tabletopia will be more relegated to. That's a great place to take your prototypes to test with people and to try new games on Kickstarter and stuff.
Right.
Which it is.
It is.
What is the Tabletop Simulator? I forget which one that we've played a few prototypes on, but that's definitely right. That's a fantastic usage of that medium.
Absolutely.
All right, well, let's talk about some games now. First of all, we have Cryo. This is an upcoming game from Z-Man from combination Tom Jolly and Luke Laurie. The last time those two worked together, they made one of Z's favorite games.
That's right,
Manhattan
baby.
Project Energy Empire.
Yes, I am really, really psyched for this. And you know what? It's from that. Well, it's sci-fi too, which I'm a fan of. But yeah, I'm excited for this because of that combination of designers.
Yeah, it's really interesting. There's actually gonna be a digital version soon that they said that you'll be able to play from Z-Man Game. You can already find the rules online and read about it. It's about excavating on planets and stuff. The graphic design looks good. I'm with Z. I'm pretty pumped about this one.
Yeah, that board almost looks like it's doing both like American style and Euro. The top part, like you're getting worker placement-y things, and you're kind of exploring or moving around that other track at the bottom. Yeah, this looks pretty cool.
Yeah. I'm into it. I'm
now
gonna go read the rules. I did not realize the rules are available, but once we're done here, I'm gonna go check out the rules for this.
You're
Yeah.
not prepared, in other words.
Did you read the rules?
No, I did not. I'm
Okay.
not prepared.
Anyway, we have a slate of games that have been announced from NSV. Okay, so we're just going to go through these pretty quickly. First of all, we have Hashi. This is from Jeffrey D. Allers, who's done a few games that I really enjoy. And this is a roll or flip and write. I'm just going to call, you know what? I'm just calling them all roll and write. I don't have time to keep changing the verb.
Yep.
So
we have got to come up with a term to encompass every kind of game, which is like input and write.
X and right.
X and right? It's a 1X game.
X and right. My only concern with that, Bonacor, is that it doesn't fix the roll and write. For anybody listening who does not know what roll and write is, sounds like you're not saying those words. And saying quickly X and right does not help.
We'll work on that.
What did he say? Exxon?
We'll work on this.
Maybe we'll have a contest to come up with a new name that no one will follow but us.
I like it.
Anyway, this is connecting islands with bridges. This looks like I've seen it before, doesn't it?
Looks like Nine Man's Morris is what it looks like.
Yeah, maybe.
I loves me my rolling rights, so
we know that.
Yes,
and I like
very happy.
I like Jeffrey D. Aller's stuff.
Yes.
I think he's a very good, clean designer. Knows how to get to the core of an idea very well. So I'm looking forward to this.
Am I allowed to say he's a very nice guy? I've met him.
Yeah. Have you met him?
Yes, he's a very, very nice guy.
Name drop number one.
All
right.
You have got to stop with the name dropping.
Next, we have Stefan Berndorf is making a game for them.
Love it. Very
Allies
nice.
off carte. But this designer, you may not recognize the name, but he did Quicks and the game. So that's pretty big there. This one is the name means everything on one card.
I had the card. I knew the card part, but everything after that, I had no idea what was going on.
I knew the one part. Come on, bro.
So you'll roll dice, get to roll multiple times. People mark off symbols. I'm just curious how this one is. It looks like a cross between like Quicks and Silver and Gold, actually.
Yes, that's what I was thinking. I was thinking Silver and Gold, because as you can tell they're writing right on the cards, and then you can just wipe those clean, which I really like. I'm surprised that nobody had done it that I know of anyway, besides silver and gold. So I'm happy for this.
Another rolling right.
Another rolling right. 5-minute puzzle.
Nice.
This apparently came packaged. It's like a. Never mind. It came in like a small package, apparently, like a Magic Gathering booster pack, it says here.
Yeah.
Anyway, you're trying to fill in as many spaces as possible. And on each turn, you roll a die, and you have to draw one of the shapes next to this die result. So apparently there's circles and hexes, and this one looks the least interesting of this group.
So you're each trying to do the most on your turn on the game in 5 minutes as the dice are rolled, and you pick the different places. It's okay. It's like a speed game sort of.
Is this a speed game?
No.
Really? No. It's just
you each take a turn.
Maybe
as
it
the
just
dice.
takes supposedly 5
takes
minutes.
5
It's
minutes.
12 dice rolls, so maybe that's it.
Yeah,
I'm not loving the look of this one. I gotta say, it has it screams generic roll and write, unfortunately.
Well, the next one looks a little better. This is Go for Gold. Speaking of pirates.
Another roll and write. Rolling.
Yeah, well, I think that's this whole series that they've announced, essentially.
Oh, these are all from...
No, not all of them. Not all of them, but the first 4 are here.
Yeah.
Here you start on harbors and draw. Okay. And then we have Bunte Blatter, Colorful Leaves. This is you have these 5 double-sided leaf cards, and you flip over a target card to reveal the pattern, and you have to create the leaf pattern. Oh, Z hates it already.
He hates
I don't
leaves?
know. Yeah, I mean, this is.
What do you have against trees?
Is it a speed game?
Yeah, that's what it looks like. You are going to create the leaf pattern, putting them in a grid, flipping the cards around till you find the right possible pattern.
Yeah, it looks like this is from one of the designers, or possibly the only designer, I'm not sure, of Nine Tiles Panic, which I have not played, to be fair, but I was uninterested based on the description, and it sounds similar. This idea of quickly arrange these 9 tiles. It's a speed puzzle, basically.
I found Nine Tiles Panic to be okay. The problem with it was it's just very samey after a few games, right? You're just... All right. Then
I think it's very pretty. This is very pretty with the
I love the autumn
foliage things. Yeah.
Oh, okay, I thought Barker would be like, I published an autumn game once. All right, the next one. The next one is for me, Z,
and a summer game and a
Bonacor. Loot for Z, shoot for me, and whiskey for Bonacor. Loot, shoot, whiskey. This is actually, I like that name.
It's so hilarious. It's the unexpected third act twist that makes it.
Loot and
whiskey. What? Wait, what?
Oh, but it's a paper, rock, scissors style game. Apparently, loot beats whiskey. I guess if the guy gets drunk, you can steal from him. Shoot beats loot, because I guess you shoot the guy. Whiskey beats shoot. I guess if you're drunk, you can't shoot. I don't know, but either way, it's a rock, paper, scissors style game where you're doing that to get these different saloon cards.
Unless you add Lizard and Spock in, I don't want to play.
I'm definitely calling rock, paper, scissors from now on. I will be calling rock, paper, whiskey.
Yeah, I think that's good.
We'll be like, wait, what?
But what do you do? Okay. All right.
Okay. Let's continue it. We're still in NSV games. Then we have Inspector Nace. Now, this is from Reinhard Stopp, who's made some pretty good games in the past. And this, it's a cooperative deduction game, but it looks like you're using dice somehow to put them on clue cards to get people to figure out, to pull one card out of play. So very similar to, what's the game that you like, Z, that does that?
Gosh, I don't know. They say here it's similar to that Similo game, which is where you're trying to figure out what character is, yeah.
In Similo, you have a bunch of characters, and you give a clue, and each turn you take one off, and you're hoping not to take off the last one. Oh, that caricature game did that too. And also that game with the cards that are shaped like different objects, Z, that you like.
Oh, yeah, One Key did that.
One Key does that, yeah.
Yeah, this one, though, is in the... from NSV, is in their little yellow line. which is a line for kids specifically.
Sure.
Pretty much all of them are from the same designer, right? Or Stope here. And they are, as it says on the cover there, 7 and up. So this is cute. It seems to be a different kind of game for kids. And I like to see that. It's not another memory game. You know, it's not, there seems to be something else here. And I always appreciate when they can make a game for younger children using interesting mechanisms.
Sure. Is this episode sponsored by NSV or something like that?
No,
This
but
is like the
games. It is like their announcement for the whole year. I mean,
Not
remember,
yet, not yet, baby.
we were doing
We're
Portal
working on
games, that would have taken a while too. And then finally, last of all, Werfelland Europe, which is an expansion for Werfelland, which I've not played actually.
I haven't played this either. I will let you guys take a guess as to what company our game show coming up is going to be about. Here we go.
Right.
Sponsored by NSV.
Jump into larger publishers, Hasbro and Wizards of the Coast.
Oh.
Sorry, Mr. Bonniger, take it.
No, so this is an amazingly great story. So, right, obviously Hasbro is so much bigger than Asmodee, even anybody in this industry. But of course, they have the 2 major hobby brands of Magic the Gathering and Dungeons and Dragons. And they announced during their annual report that they have to put out every year as a publicly traded company that both of these brands were up record years year over year in 2020. I mean, specifically, if we needed to get into it, up 15% year over year for one of the brands and 27% for the other brand. Crazy numbers. So what? And of course, they also had great sales of Monopoly and that. So the point here is that it's absolutely showing how our industry and not both hobby as well as mass market is so insulated from recession. It's so recession proof and financial catastrophe proof to at least a good degree because of all of these companies. By the way, Mattel, breaking news last night after the close of the market, Mattel came out with their earnings and they were off the chart. Mattel is not obviously in our part of the industry at all mass, but they had ridiculous earnings as well. All good news.
I thought, I mean, until I saw this, I would, if you had asked me, did Magic the Gathering sales go up or down, I would have assumed they went down because
yes,
there's no in-store play. Or, I mean, if there was some near the end of the year, but Wizards canceled all the official events, like all of them.
Right.
So think about that for a second. So the players of Magic the Gathering are eating up all the new products and then doing what? They're playing, I guess, because they do have a digital platform, but I don't know how that works. Do you
Well, some stores have opened up and players are playing in masks, but that's not the same thing as these huge, Friday night Magic events that were going on.
And so both of these products, you can see how board games would continue working. Okay. Both of these products, almost traditionally at least, have required face-to-face gatherings, either large ones for Magic the Gathering, Friday Night Magic, etc., big tournaments and things like that. Dungeons and Dragons, you get together and you play. I'm playing in a role-playing game, Pathfinder, every week for the last 8 months or so. So it's continuing online in a really, really material way. This is really, again, great news.
Another piece, this is only tangentially connected, but I thought it was really fascinating that 2020's sales for Hasbro of Star Wars were up 70% over 19, which shows that The Mandalorian was that much more popular than The Last Skywalker.
Well, 68% of that. 68% of that was probably just like Baby Yoda. You know what I mean?
That's probably true.
Amazing.
Yeah, it's insane. They just knocked it out of the park with that character. I mean, it prints money.
Yep.
All right, in other slightly positive news, Gale Force 9 and Wizards of the Coast have settled a lawsuit because they were working together. Gale Force 9, as you know, has done a few projects, a few products. In fact, there's a board game. What's that deck building area control game for Dungeons and Dragons? Lords of Underdark. That they did
Tyrants,
together.
I think it's
Tyrants of the
Underdark. Yeah.
Right. Tyrants. I'm thinking Lords of Waterdeep. I'm mixing them. Tyrants of the Underdark. And so they settled it. So that's good. That means we might still see them work together in the future.
They will be working together in the future. The interesting part about this piece of news is that it's not just this piece of news. It's a previous piece of news. Wizards of the Coast had gone very aggressive against people they had licensed their products. They canceled without any, as you can see by this, what happened here. They canceled contracts with Gale Force 9. They canceled contracts with Margaret Weiss and Tracy Hickman, the writers of the Dragonlance novels, without any reason to do so. I mean, there are outs on these. I'm sorry?
Well, that we know of. We don't know everything kind of seems out.
No. I know more, Tom. I mean, I've studied these two particular things. With the Weiss and Hickman thing, they literally, Weiss and Hickman went, they went out there. They said we had novels in the works. They had committed to the novels. They got the head of the Writers Guild involved, and that person the president of the Writers never gets involved unless it's blatant over the top. That they got involved as well. They settled with Weiss and Hickman, and they settled with Gale Force 9. They were acting in an unfair manner, obviously, to have settled both of these lawsuits. So kudos to Weiss, Hickman, and Gale Force 9 for getting a very good termination to the lawsuits.
All right, Ravensburger has announced another expansion for Disney Villainous. This one has 3 new villains. The very popular Gaston from Beauty and the Beast, and then the slightly less popular Lady Tremaine, I didn't even know that was her name, from Cinderella, and the Horn King from the Black Cauldron, a very underrated, not watched very often Disney movie, but I like it.
The Black
it's interesting.
What?
Huh?
Black what?
Cauldron.
Black Cauldron. What did I say?
Cauldron.
I don't know. I'm not sure what language it was, so I don't want to.
Oh my word! It wasn't that far off.
It was pretty far off.
Anyway, I don't care about the news.
No one speaks like Gaston, messes up like Gaston. No one fits in the French and thinks it's English like Gaston.
Thank you. They're almost out of villains in the Disney universe, I think.
I know, right? I mean, what's next?
Well, I will say if they could bring in the Pixar stuff, they have a whole range of things to do.
Yeah. That would be interesting, actually. Yeah, let's do a standalone core set, but you can combine it, maybe.
Well, they didn't allow you to combine the Marvel and the Disney, so who knows?
Yeah, right. But this is, I think, the 3rd expansion by now. So this game must be doing quite well.
It's the 4th, yeah.
The 4th expansion. Wow.
This obviously is doing very well.
Yeah,
it's kind of cool because this is a mass market game that's actually kind of good.
All right. Thames and Cosmos, we could actually do like a whole series on all the games they're coming, but we'll announce them as they publicly announce all of them. But Andor, the family fantasy game. So this is based on their bigger game, Legends of Andor, which Z likes a lot. Mm-hmm. This is a great cover. Cosmos does a good job at taking their big games and making them small. They did it with Catan. They've done it with other games. So I'm looking forward to this. I think this will be a fun one to play with my kids.
And it's from Inca and Marcus Brand, taking over for the original designer, who was the illustrator, right? Whose name is slipping my mind right now. Michael Menzel, thank you. Yeah, this is a stunning looking cover. It's beautiful, warm, welcoming. I'm loving the little puppy and the kitty cats over here. I mean, this is the kind of thing you want to open on your birthday when you're, 10 years old, right? I mean, look at this thing. If you crack open some shrink wrap off of this, it's beautiful. So I'm excited. I'm excited to see what it is.
I love Legends of Andor. I agree, Z. It's a phenomenal game, but it's a big game. There's a lot in there. So it's hard to just pull it off the shelf and start playing if you haven't played it in 2 years. I couldn't do that right now. It's got a bunch going. I couldn't just start playing it again. I'd have to
I agree with that. You have to sort a billion things to be.
I got to sort a billion things. This, I want to play this now. I want to pull this off the shelf and play it immediately because almost every Cosmos game, you just let's go, boom, play it. So I'm excited, very excited about this game. I want to play it.
All right. Well, at Bonacor's favorite clothing store, Hot Topic, is also selling online exclusive board games, Avatar: The Last Bender, Uncle Iroh's Dream, and Avatar: The Last Bender, Oh My Cabbages. I don't even understand what Oh My Cabbages mean. Is there an episode called that?
No, that's an ongoing joke in Avatar. Have you seen the Last Airbender?
I've only seen one episode of Avatar, and I was told it was the wrong one to watch because it was like
you have to watch the whole thing, and it's one of those things that really ramps up. Avatar: The Last Airbender is a great series, but it takes a little while for you to get into like any really good series. Cabbages is a ongoing joke in the series that cabbages keep getting destroyed. It's just an ongoing funny line. So anybody who likes this thing would understand that.
All right. Although it is weird that Hot Topic is selling it, which does not give me high hopes for the quality of the game.
It is very odd that they would be selling this, but yeah, I want to hear what this game is about. We have no information other than they're doing it, but I would play this based on theme.
So here's some cool news that Z found, and this is a new game from Come On. Well, not really a new game. Well, it is. It's a new version of a game. It's called We Care. So what is this exactly, Z?
So this is a new edition, uncertain at this point if it is particularly reworked or not, but it's a new edition of The Grizzled. And Come On has partnered with Doctors Without Borders and the designers of the original game, The Grizzled, to put together this edition. Should be coming out around Q2 2021. It is, of course, a game themed around the players working together, being doctors, trying to function in an overcrowded hospital setting, trying to do the best they can to cooperate and help everybody. And they are going to be, are going to be donating a portion of the sales to Doctors Without Borders Hong Kong. It's very, very interesting. I think it looks like not a slapdash sort of project. This looks very well put together. I like the artwork quite a bit. I love the theme. I could certainly see in my mind's eye how they would translate The Grizzle, which is an excellent card-driven cooperative game, to this theme and make it interesting and all for a good cause as well. So I think this is wonderful news.
Everything you just said, and adding in that Doctors Without Borders, for anybody who doesn't know, is truly one of the greatest charitable organizations out there. So I support Doctors Without Borders annually. They are just phenomenal. So CMON doing this with them in mind, that's a complete win for me.
Absolutely. I agree.
All right, finally, this isn't necessarily news, but I found this on the internet, and I found it to be very enjoyable. So this is at the Tabletop Tribune. So go check out there. They listed the top 10 most expensive empty boxes in board gaming. I found this to be highly amusing. First of all, that there was 10, because I could only think of 2, but once I saw them, I was like, oh yeah, that makes sense. And this doesn't even include boxes that are coming out, because one person here has actually made one that's coming. So that one's not on the list yet.
I gotta see what this is all about, because I would never have thought there are the most expensive empty box. I don't even know what that.
It's definitely a trend from the last few years. I think. Let me look at
are
the years.
Are these literally empty boxes? I mean, like,
well, not quite, I mean,
but
they're like collector boxes where you keep the other stuff you've got.
I can mention at least one of the names here. I can mention some names, right?
Yeah, I just thought I do want people to go check out the website. That's all.
But too many $110. I mean, it's got to be something in there. I mean, like, it's a storage system.
It is a storage system, but it's made out of wood and stuff.
Oh.
It fits perfectly in a Calyx cube. There's little drawers that come out. There's magnets. It's really, it's really over the top.
Cool. This is amazing. Okay. This is a great article. This is what a topic. What a topic.
I know. I saw the scene. I was like, oh, I could have did a top 10 on this. Oh, I can't. It's already been done. So maybe I'll do it in a few years. But
I want the cat that's in the scythe box there. That's an adorable cat.
That's a takeaway you have? All right.
That's my takeaway. I want that cat.
It's a regal-looking cat, I got to tell you.
He is.
That cat probably knows how to play scythe better than I do.
Oh, yeah. I guarantee it does.
That cat.
All right. Well, that's the news, folks. We'll be back in just a minute for our showdown.
Hi, I'm Ambie, and today I'm going to talk about Rolling Village, which is a roll and write village building game. In Rolling Village, you're building different types of projects, houses, forests, and lakes on your village sheet in order to score as many points as possible. Each turn you roll 2 dice and you're going to draw 2 projects onto your sheet. The type of project you build is indicated by 1 die, and the column that you can place it in is indicated by the other die, and vice versa for the other project. At the end of each turn, you use the sum of the dice to indicate which row of your village that you're scoring that turn. To score, any group of projects that touches the row that you're scoring gets to score. And a group of projects are projects of the same type that touch orthogonally. So you want to build up projects of the same type together orthogonally in multiple rows so that they will score most of the time. There's also a special square that gets built whenever you roll doubles, and that one only scores at the end of the game instead of every turn like the other things. For the square to score, it wants to be touching one of each type of project, so that adds a little bonus. It's interesting each turn trying to get a good score for the row that you're scoring in and building in that row, but then also in later rounds you get more points because you'll have more buildings. And if you build up just one row, then in the later rounds you could just roll a different row to score and not get anything. So you want to balance that out and make sure that your buildings can be versatile in scoring. Overall, Rolling Village is a quick spatial roll and write game that has scoring that's both tactical and strategic. Bye!
Howdy folks, welcome to By the Numbers. My name is Hunter Thomason from the Family Showdown. On this episode of By the Numbers, we continue my Through the Years series where I look at the best game on Board Game Geek by year. We started with 1970, this year, 2005. Take a look at the top 5 for 2005. We see the number 1 game is Twilight Struggle, coming in at number 10. But it's the best war game of all time? Take a look at the top 5 from 1999. We see the number 1 game is Paths of Glory, coming in at 141. But it's the 3rd best war game. But wait, is it the 3rd best war game? We'll revisit this in 2005 and 2012. Twilight Struggle is a card-driven strategic simulation of the Cold War, starting just after World War II, all the way through 1989. Twilight Struggle was the number 1 game on Board Game Geek way back in the Wayback Time, around December 2010, January 2011, all the way through December 2015. Take a look at the ratings, over 40,000 of them. We see tons of 8s, 9s, and 10s for an overall rating of 8.3. Taking a look at the weight, it comes in at a 3.58. Kind of light for a war game. All kidding aside, many would call this a war game, though some would not. But it is one of the games I most want to play. It's in the top 10, and I haven't played it. Someone teach me this game. See you next time.
Hey, I'm Grant with Grant's Game Rex, and today I want to recommend an awesome new party game, Monstrosity, which is like monstrosity, but with the word draw in the middle, because there are some pretty clever people over at Deepwater Games. No joke, this is one of the best new party games that I've played in a long time. I'm a very competitive person, so even when I'm like, hey, let's just all have fun, everybody, inside I'm like, and I'm gonna win. This is one of those rare party games that is so fun and silly that I completely forget about the points and the scoring, and I just enjoy the memorable moments. It's not until the game is over that I look down and I'm like, oh no, I've lost! Me! Losing! Ah! In Monstrosity, one player will be looking at a monster card trying to memorize its features for 20 seconds. Then they'll set the card aside and have to describe it from memory to other players who are going to draw the monster from the description like a police sketch artist. You do not have to be a good drawer to be good at this game. I mean, honestly, to be good at this game, you need to be a good listener. People that know Quiet Coyote love this game. I play a lot of my games in my house with other comedians, and comedians not known for their listening skills. Yeah, there's a lot of garbage drawings here, and we still love this game. That's how good it is.
I think we're live.
Yeah, we're back. Let's do this.
Hey,
Oh,
everybody.
we're back?
All right. We're back, baby. We are going to be taking a look at 10 for 10 here, our 3-2-1 format. These fellas are going to be guessing they're going to be guessing games from the bank of games I've got here. For every guess they get right, they're going to get 1 point. If they mess up, they get nothing for that, and we'll just bounce back and forth between them. But when we come back to them, every correct guess will be 2 points. Mess up again, every correct guess is 3 points. It's excellent. But if you mess up again, you are done, and the other player can keep going until they themselves are ejected from the game. Whoever has the most points is, of course, going to be the winner. So what's the topic? Well, I wanted to put you guys on an even playing field. And compared to me, I mean, you're both pretty old dudes. So I decided to remove every game that came out after you both stopped playing games back in 2000. Wow. So this is the top 20 games per their rank on Board Game Geek if I remove everything 2000 and after. And
this is harder than you all think out there.
Intimately familiar with these old golden oldies.
I've closed the comments, so folks, you're welcome to talk about this in chat if you want. But
I'm not. I never bring it up, so don't worry. I don't look. Oh, for you, I guess, because you look.
Yeah. I usually keep it on.
I never look
chat,
at chat during the show.
I don't do it during the
That
games.
would be like cheating, Tom.
Obviously, that's why I just brought it out.
The only thing Bonacor has been doing was looking on Board Game Geek, but that's okay.
I asked him if I could go on. Can I look on Board Game Geek? This is really hard, and I'm hoping. Oh, I got some strategies.
Very hard. Now, I believe last time, that Tom was the winner.
I can't remember. Oh yeah, I did win. You're right.
Did you?
Yeah.
You never win.
He won. Yes. So we are going to give the advantage here to Mr. Bonacor. And you are allowed to go first.
Get one wrong on purpose.
And
good strategy.
So you have an open field, an open.
Did you mention to people that when
runway?
You mentioned the 3-2-1 thing. Okay, I'm making sure everyone understands the scoring here.
Yes.
Right
now, your entries, if they are correct, are worth 1 victory point. Again, you're allowed to mess up on purpose if you wanted to. And then you move on to the 2-point an entry echelon.
Yeah, I'm just going for the highest rated games that I can think of. I'm not going to try to be a smart aleck and start tanking them because I'm in trouble if I do that. So
I would agree with all of that.
Yeah, so I'm going to go with I got a few here that I'm going to go with Catan. Or Settlers of Catan, as it is formally called. I assume that's going to be 1 entry on the Geek. Catan.
Catan is the 25th one on the list.
You gots to be kidding!
It's played a lot, but it's not ranked high. But if it makes you feel better, that was going to be my first guess. So thanks.
You're wrong.
This is going to be impossible.
And I wrote it down because I knew somebody would say it. So you're now at 2 points every time.
But I'm at 2 points.
All right.
Point.
Are you ready?
2 points.
I'm going to go off book here. Advanced Squad Leader.
No way.
Advanced Squad Leader is 20.
You've
got a point, Tom.
If I could flip one of these tables, I would flip them right now. I am
out. Tom has committed to doing them backwards, folks. Backwards.
To what?
Well done. That was a good point.
You could double my score right now. You could
double your score. I am guaranteeing a double score right now. You ready for this?
Right.
Yeah. At least I think I am.
What do you got?
I'm gonna go with Puerto Rico.
I believe Puerto Rico might not be old enough. I'm not sure when Puerto Rico came out. 2001. Okay, so
2001. I'm gonna get 0 points.
You might possibly get 0 points. You're wrong again.
I could throw out any old crap now at this point. All right, great.
Yeah, but if he gets a single one right, if he shoots in the dark and hits, Tom, he'll get 3 points.
I know my next one definitely right. I think.
So here's what I did with my strategy. I marked down several I know are for sure. And I'm saving them to the end, so I make mistakes. All right, I'm gonna go with diplomacy.
Oh.
Diplomacy, Tom, diplomacy is not one of them.
All right.
You are wrong. You are now at 2 points, which is trouble for you, Steven.
All right, I'm going to.
Come on, you gotta get. If you don't get this right, you are out with the saddest score ever.
Yeah. All right, I'm gonna get. This is happening. I literally. If it doesn't. I'm leaving. I'm leaving through that door.
This is such a win-win situation.
Tigris and Euphrates, or as it's in Europe called Euphrat and Tigris, or something the other way around. Please, for the love of God, tell me it's on the list.
Yes, it's on the list.
Oh,
you have 3 points.
See, you're officially on my I can't stand you list.
What number is that? Zeke, what number is it?
Number 3 on the list.
3.
Nice.
So what would be
Well,
ranked?
Tom, you've got 1 point right now. Steven, you have 3. You are obviously clocking in at 3 points in entry. Tom at 2 points in entry.
All right, I'm going to jump to Princess of Florence.
That is not on the list, Tom. Not top 20. I did not write down where it landed, but it is not in the top 20.
All right, I'm going to have to go to my tried and trues now.
Yeah, there you go. You're at 3. Watch out. Don't get knocked out now. You're both, this is it.
And
You're on the edge.
That would be the saddest list. All right, Bonager, do it.
Come on, Steven. I believe in you. You're winning right now. If you both mess up back to back, you do win. But I don't think Tom will. I don't think Tom will mess up. Come on, bring it.
I'm gonna go with one of those games back in the day. Played a lot of. Don't play it anymore now. Ra.
Ra is on the list. Ra is the number 8 entry on the list.
Nice.
You, my friend, are at 6 points.
All right, Tom. Let's see.
I'm going to go with a little-known game called Cosmic Encounter.
Tom, the only entry that's particularly highly ranked is the 2008 one. The other ones,
not there.
Neither Eon nor
that's
Mayfair
right, because they
are in the top
such a
20.
different upgrade. Doesn't count.
Like they're not even close to the top 20.
I feel like that's a technicality, but yes. No, it's the same game.
Boo. No way. No.
I'll tell you what, Tom. I'm going to take away your point, and I'm going to let you guess again, because that's what the judges are saying. He's got 1 point. Calm down. I'm not hurting him that
But he's got 6 on his list that he knows are right.
Well, no.
I'm going to allow it, but you are technically wrong, Tom.
That's interesting. I'm actually trying to think in the mind of a judge how I would do that, because that's it didn't even occur to me, because if someone plays it now, obviously they're going to go and rank the new version. So you're right.
I actually have an early version of something on here
I
that
knew
I
that was
think
going to be a trap as well. I figured Cosmic Encounter would be a trap, but it is definitely nowhere near the top 20.
No, I don't want to win on a technicality. So I'll lose here, because I don't want Bonacore to be complaining about it for the rest of the day.
rest of his life. No.
But I tell you what, how about
Go
this?
through the rest of our list and see how we do.
How about if I do this for the judge's call? Maybe this will be my judge's call. You keep your point, okay? You're still on the edge of being eliminated, and your entries are at 2 points apiece.
So I would go.
You only make 2 points. You make 2 points per correct entry, but after a wrong one, you still are eliminated. You don't then switch to 3. We're
It
working.
still feels a little dirty, but all right.
I definitely think you should feel dirty and honestly wrong. I mean, you are wrong. You should be ashamed. Bonacore.
Go ahead. Do you want me to give you some answers?
Whooping you. 6 points to 1.
No. Maybe.
Come on now. You
All
know
right.
what's on there.
What was number 20? Can I just ask that question? What was number 20 that Tom?
Was ASL, Advanced Squad Leader.
What other ones did we get so far?
You've got T&E and you've got Raw.
What was Raw?
8.
Wow. We're still way up there. I'm going to go with, I hope it hits the timing.
Sure, it's old enough. Don't mess up.
St. Petersburg. I think so.
You are done, my friend.
Oh.
That was also a reprint too, so there might have been that in the mix.
No, I don't think so. I mean, if it was,
It might have been 01. All right, I'm just
Yeah.
going to go through my list straight here.
Okay, let's see if you've got some of these, Tom.
All right, El Grande.
Good one.
El Grande is number 2 on the list.
Nice one.
Torres.
I played that a lot.
So I'm going to go ahead and, I'll give you a couple points for that. Why not? Okay,
Torres.
Torres. Okay, well, you would be done right there, Tom. Torres.
Oh, okay.
Wow. Isn't that amazing?
So you know what, Steven?
Just...
You won 2 ways from Sunday. I think that's a saying.
And I won? This is ridiculous.
You won 6 points to 3.
I want to go through the rest of my list and see if I want to thing here. See.
Go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead. Let me see what you guys got. We're done here. Steven is the winner.
For the win, which is a ridiculous win. Go.
So let's go ahead and talk about it.
Takao.
Takao, is that what you said?
Yeah. That's a good one.
No, not top 20.
Wow.
Oh,
Advanced
I'm
Civ.
sorry. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Takao is 13. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Advanced Civ.
I'd go with Civilization, not Advanced Civ, Tom.
Civ is on the list at 19.
Yeah, definitely. Advanced Civ is not as highly ranked.
Here's the thing. I know there's an 18 game in there, but I don't know which one.
Yes.
Oh, I'll say it's 1860 then.
It's 1830. 1830 Railways and Robber Barons.
Oh, I thought
And then I wondered if Funkenschlag was on there. The Power Grid.
Well, Power Grid is on there. Definitely Power Grid.
Well, Power Grid technically wasn't in the 90s. It was Funkenschlag first.
No, but that's fine. I don't think that's a problem. I think
that was... obviously it mattered for Cosmic, so...
Yeah, it matters. No, it's not on here, guys.
Really?
Yeah.
All right, could I go?
Let's look at the world.
Yeah, go ahead. What else you got?
The first thing I was gonna see if I could sneak in would be like Twilight Imperium First Edition.
Won't be ranked high enough.
I would. Okay, didn't go. How about like Go?
No.
Ooh, that's a good one.
And Chess.
Chess is ranked low.
Yeah, no.
So
these are all
the only other one that I think I have any shot at here is Twilight Struggle.
I don't think Twilight Struggle is old enough.
Yeah, I don't think it's old enough. And then I had Agricola on the list, but I know that's not old enough.
Right. Okay, so here it is, guys. From the back, from 20 all the way up to 1, all right? Wow. So you said ASL. 19 was Civilization. 18 is Dune.
Dune! Of course, yeah.
17, For Sale.
Okay.
Yeah, of course.
16, Democker.
I believe I published that game. Go ahead.
Well, what about this one, Steven? 15, Survive, Escape from Atlantis.
I didn't put that on the list because I didn't think it was rated high enough.
It is
14, Acquire. 6 actions.
I have Acquire.
Great game.
Then you said Takao at 13, or you after you guessed it. 12, Hannibal, Rome versus Carthage.
A war game. Phenomenal war. Have you played that?
Might be on there too, then. Yeah.
Have you played that? It's awesome.
Okay.
No.
All right, then we get into Knizia land for a little bit here. We've got 11, Modern Art.
Yeah, of course.
10, Samurai.
Samurai's ranked that high. I crossed it off my list.
Yeah, Samurai is 10. Then 9 was 1830, but then 8, Raw, which you did get.
Thank you.
Number 7, Tichu. Number 6,
shouldn't
Magic
be that high,
the Gathering. Number 6 is Magic the Gathering. I don't know how you guys got that one.
Wow.
That's 1995, 94, and it's top.
I just didn't think of it as a board game. We're not thinking that way.
All right, number 5, Paths of Glory.
Yeah.
Number 4 is Sherlock Holmes Consulting Detective, The Thames Murders. And then you got 3, which is T&E. You got 2, El Grande. So what do you guys think is number 1? You probably would not guess this is number 1. I don't think so.
Well, we obviously, we were completely...
Any idea what it might be?
I was astonished at some of the
games. I don't got anything on here, Z, that would be that high that could beat any of that stuff.
We're both gonna go. How do we not think of that? I guarantee it.
I don't know. No, I think you might go like, really? I think that's how you might go.
This is the highest rated game.
This is the highest ranked game on Board Game Geek.
Oh, we're going by ranks? Yeah, same thing. Go ahead.
Yeah, ranked.
Okay.
Number 1 is Crokinole.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, that's reasonable. Wow.
I
I
would
didn't realize
definitely
that's
say
fun.
that. I think Crokinole is a amazing game.
There you go, guys. It was
That
definitely
was-
a tough list. I know that.
Hardest game you've ever done that we've ever played by far.
You
And
got
fun.
a few. You got a few when you zeroed in on Knizia, which was a good way to go.
Yeah, right. I hit
Got a couple
2
there.
I
Knizias.
still say these dates and mixing things aren't like, for example, Dune just came out with a new version. So whatever. I'm the Cosmic Encounter.
Get off
Garbage.
my lawn,
Garbage.
you kids. I know.
Garbage. It's a 1970. Anyway,
I think
whatever.
if you had gotten Cosmic, you still
Yeah.
would have lost like 4 to 6 or something like that.
No,
It
because
doesn't-
I didn't miss that one, and then I would have said Acquire because I had Acquire on my list.
Sure. Tom, you know what?
It's a win in my book. I'll sleep tonight.
All right, everybody,
That's
let's
the
keep on
contributor.
going.
Thanks.
Hey everyone, how you doing? It's Clara, and today I'm going to talk about an engine building game. So one of my favourite board games of all time is 51st State. I remember seeing Z Garcia review this or talk about this ages ago, and I bought it, and it was really nice to see that it's on his number 1 on his top 100 games of all time this year, and it's a game that I still love playing, but I don't get to play it enough. There's an awful lot of cards. It's not the shortest game in the world, and it can seem a little bit overwhelming, so it can be really difficult for me to get to the table, especially with more casual gamers, especially in a game group where you don't actually have all that much time. So I've always been looking for that kind of gateway engine building game, and my go-to is probably Seven Wonders. Seven Wonders is fine. It's an engine building game, but it's fairly simple to teach and grasp, and it doesn't take too long to play, but I don't actually like it all that much. It's all right, but I don't even own a copy of it. I'd always play it, but I just don't have the impetus to buy it. Seven Wonders Duel is different. That's a great 2-player game. So I've always been looking for a gateway engine building game, and I've been reading about Res Arcana since it came out. The reviews look really good, and it was good to see it came up on a few lists. And so I actually asked my mother if I could have it for my birthday, and it just arrived yesterday. Woo! How exciting is that? It's still in the plastic. I'm looking forward to seeing the exciting components inside, which looks really beautiful. So yeah, this is going to be my gateway. It seems like there's choice. It changes in game to game because there's a few things, but there's not too many cards. There's not too much to understand. It's a simpler and quick game, 20 to 30 minutes. I did consider, and I was really struggling between this and Empires of the North, and I went with this one. So what do you think? Did I make the right choice? I can't wait to play it, but could be a while. Until next time, bye.
Hey there everyone, it's Jen, the board game librarian, flipping some pages and pushing some cubes with my segment From the Page to the Table. Today I'm joined with my uber best pal Matt.
I'm the Dice Chucker.
Dice Chucker. He's going to talk about a book he's read, I have not read, so let's go with it.
Today we're going to be talking about a book called A Blaze of Glory. This is by Jeff Shara. He's a prominent historical fiction author, and in this book he tackles the Battle of Shiloh. Battle of Shiloh took place in April of 1862, and it was pretty much, I believe, the first Civil War battle where people started to finally realize how heavy the war was going to be.
And we get U.S. Grant.
Grant is a character, General Sherman is a character. There's even a soldier perspective in the book as well.
Excellent. So we would like to show off today, Matt has on his side, ooh, we're tag teaming here.
Shiloh.
Glare.
Try not to get the glare, everybody. Shiloh, 1862.
Woohoo.
This is by Worthington Games.
So a chit-style war game, moving along hexes, rolling dice. It was pretty delightful.
Yeah, I was expecting something a bit more heavy, but the team that made this game, because I don't think there's a singular person on the cover here, really made an accessible hex encounter game, I would say.
But very interesting. There's a thing with the tents.
The Union Army is pretty much, it's just in camp for the beginning of the game, and they kind of get sprung on by the Confederate Army.
Yeah, so that was very thematic.
So what kind of hex encounter games have you all played? I know this
might be too easy for some of you, or this may be too much for some of you. So let us know in the comments below.
As always, happy breakfast.
And that's it, folks, in 1 hour to the dot almost. Thanks for watching Board Game Breakfast. Come and join us later today. We're joined by Sarah Shaw at 2 o'clock Eastern Standard Time to talk about our top 10 worker placement games, a category of games that a few people like.
Yes.
They're
a little bit
popular mechanic. Mild.
So join us then. And in the meantime, other videos are going up. And also, I'm going to go sulk for a moment. Or soak and sulk. Anyhow, until next time, I'm Tom Bassel.
I'm Z Garcia.
And I'm the podfather of gaming, Stephen Bonacore. Have fun.
Do something.
Old gaming?
Old game.